Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Towsty and this is InfiniSauce, episode 9. I am so glad you stopped by. We are picking up a little while after we left off. A long while actually. I have done some work on our quarry storage system and oh boy was it not enough. It was pretty crazy. When I logged off last time, actually I don't rightly remember if I showed this to you guys. But when I logged off last time, I only had the 1 diamond chest, I think, and a significantly less amount of barrels. And it was full. It was almost completely full of, like, osmium and marble? I forget what the two things were. Not a lot of marble, but mostly osmium. This entire diamond chest. So I was like, okay, I need to upgrade. So I went around, found some more diamonds and gold, because I have some, but I didn't have a lot, and I didn't want to use it. So I've been digging around. And I found some more diamonds and gold and made some more chests. So that's great. The issue is, it really wasn't enough. So everything by default, if there's not enough room to go somewhere, will come in here. So it'll never just overflow unless it overtakes the speed at which it extracts, which isn't really an option, I don't think, right now. And so everything that was extra got trashed, which is fine. It's actually why I put these barrels up here, in case I didn't know how low it was going to get overnight. And so while I was setting this up, I was like, I'm going to put some barrels and preset them for iron, copper, tin, osmium. I put bauxite in there for some reason. I'm pretty much done with bauxite. Don't need it anymore. So when this is full, it'll be trashed. Don't really like it. It makes aluminum, but so does aluminum. So it started to fill these up. As you can see, we got a bunch of salt. All these are full, and so like when these are full, they overflow into this system and just get thrown away. Now, this might not be like the best idea in the world, but I'm thinking 64 stacks of gravel will be enough, or of iron will be enough for the next little while. But even with all of that, I had to pause the quarry. So it stopped, because one thing I didn't take into account is, like I said before, my interactions with the aroma mining world were quite small. It was a little buggy before when I did it, and I think they've made some drastic changes, because I've just realized today that my quarry, I haven't had to deal with any mobs since I've been here. So that's awesome. So I think it does have a day-night cycle. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe it's permanent day. Maybe there's just no mobs. I don't know. Either way, it's awesome. The windmills have been just making our quarry cruise, which is awesome as well. So I'm actually realizing that I just don't have the infrastructure. I said I was going to set up an ender chest last time. What did I do with those? I did stash them. I was going to set up an ender chest to move stuff back to my base. Now obviously I haven't done that yet because I just don't. This has made me realize I don't have the infrastructure. I came back, all of these were completely full, mostly with this stuff. So what you see in these barrels, once they were full, I threw them out, I threw the rest of it out in the trash can. So we had way more than this. It was crazy. Like I must have thrown out about 15 stacks of cobalt and ardite, which may sound insane, but hey, I had way too much of it. So that might need to be balanced a bit in this world. Ooh, I wonder if that's... No, that's not for me. And it's been throwing away who knows what else. Must have been throwing away a lot of gems and things, so we didn't get quite low enough. But now I have cleared this out, and I thought, sweet, let's charge her back up. So now the quarry is pumping again, and we're going to be throwing out a lot more stuff. What I decided is, instead of setting up an ender chest, I'm going to go ahead and start on an AE infrastructure. And now I haven't really decided yet whether I want to do that here or back at my base. I kind of have this idea for setting up an AE structure here in the mining world that'll store and process as much of the items as possible, and then just send them back to me. Not process, really. I mean, I'll do the processing in my main base. But for now, I wouldn't mind having it stored here in an AE system and just send back the pertinent stuff to my AE system. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. I know that'll take a lot of like working on storage disks and things like that, but I do have 2 full barrels, one of charged and one of regular Certus quartz. The only thing I think I'm going to be short on possibly is a bit of glowstone, but that's really easy to get for me right now in the nether. And possibly some nether quartz, because I haven't bothered to process that at all. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure why there's gold in here. Oh, that's a shame. I think I just threw away a whole bunch of gold ore. So what I'm actually going to do is empty this out. All right. And replace that barrel with gold because I really just don't need bauxite. And I will keep a little bit of it, but I just don't need it, to be honest. So we'll do this and that. So that'll store some gold for us. So I set these barrels up to take things that I knew I was going to want to keep if it got down low enough. So it hasn't done enough mining to get lapis yet, because another thing I realized about the aroma world is I never really looked at the dimensions, but we are at Y level 91. It's a very deep world, and that means a couple things. One, the effectiveness of the wind turbines should be better. I didn't really look into that, but I'm fairly certain it depends on how high they are. I know that is the case with a lot of other wind turbines and windmills and things in mods. So, and then the other is that it has to go really, really a long time before it gets to this good stuff. So we're just going to have to leave it going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few ores. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Well, I actually don't need any osmium. And I don't have any other ores right yet. I'm going to head back and look at what I need to do to set up our AE system. But before I do that, I'm going to do this with you on screen. I want to go check my Ender Lily crapola. Oh, bleh, huh. There we go. Come on, load in, world. Load in, load in, load in. Because we should have a lot of... Yeah, we have loads of osmium. And I might need to do something about this chest, actually. Actually, what I will do for now... Put you up there. Just have a little secondary storage of osmium. World, load. Stop being laggy. I'm getting some frame rate issues, and I've seen comments on other people's things, and it does seem to be a bit of consensus that the pack is just not yet overly optimized. And I know that's not the pack maker's fault. Like that, some of it is in the way the pack is designed, but a lot of it is just that the mods aren't that optimized yet. All things considered, having a 1.7.10 pack with 177 some odd mods giving you a decent frame rate at this point in development, I think is really good. It just isn't the greatest thing for you guys who are watching. So that's, sorry about that, but that's all we can do at the moment. Yes. Okay. So what I want to do is pick these guys up. Got 19 seeds. Okay. Which means I have 18 ender pearls. So I gained an extra seed and all that, which is awesome. I do need to set up an infrastructure to turn these into endstone. So let's look and see. I think the only way to do it is... Oh, I can do it in a vat, but I still need a way to melt down the resident endstone. I can do it in a fluid transposer into sandstone with 250 millibuckets, but it's only like, yeah, 50 millibuckets on obsidian or a bunch on sand. Okay, so that will give me that. Actually, I'm wondering... Yeah, this one's the one recipe. So the way I do need to set up... a small smeltery to make myself some 1, 2. Let's see if I have enough gravel. Some endstone. And I'm going to do that now. Oh, I'm short like 5 gravel in this side of the world. I don't want to go all the way back there just for... Oh. Aha. I like to start with about 2 stacks of each. And that's about enough to get a good quarry, or a good, not quarry, smeltery going. Do I want to do it like that? So let's actually do this, and then we'll come back and sort that out a bit more. So while they're cooking up, let's kind of look into a couple of things here. I'm going to need an area for the smeltery, and I haven't quite decided where I want it to be. But what I'm definitely going to need is a couple buckets of lava and obsidian and a tank of some sort. So what tank do I want to do this with? What? Ender tank. Okay, that's kind of bizarre actually. This was copper and wood. I wonder how much they hold. 16 buckets each? Yeah, let's do that. So let's take a bit of copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have any glass? I do appear to be out of glass. Well, that's going to put a little hiccup in things. Alright guys, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make a tank. I'm going to go look for some obsidian and some lava, and we're going to set up this little smeltery just enough to get our system of getting endstone going. Sorry, I forgot what I was doing there. And then I'm going to start looking into AE, and when I'm ready to start building my AE system, I will bring you guys back and show you what's going on. I wanted to bring you back. I was coming to get some water, and I don't really know what's happening with my levels right now, but apparently, like, I don't have a clue what's happening. I was flying around, and I came to get some water, and, like, I don't know what's going on. So, do I have, like, some weird DNA or something in me that... Is it any water? Ugh. So, that's amazing. Why would it be? I don't have any fancy DNA that should be doing that. So, yeah. So, I'm level 95. What up? Anyways. Well, I'm ready to turn my ender pearls into obsidian. So, I'm going to do this real quick. I need 19 of them, I think, or yeah, and I've only got 18 pearls. But I won't need all of my pearls. Thankfully, I do have enough obsidian for this. Basically, what you do is you take an obsidian, for those of you who haven't seen this, and you just put it in the casting basin. And then once this has melted into what we need, then we'll just pour it over that, and we should be good to go. Yeah, really, really easy. I actually made a fluid extraction tube. I'm loving the tubes mod. It just kind of reminds me of an older time in Minecraft, I guess. I tried to drain some of my experience out into my little... I haven't shown you guys this yet. So this is still where our experience farm is. And this is where it's been going. I tried to drain some in here. This barrel is practically full. Like, I probably only go down to 6... Yeah, there you go, full. So that went from like 90 to 67, and now it's full. It was basically empty before. But what I do is I have a carpenter's door here set as an iron door. And I put a torch lever, which I kind of love that this happens, but this is a different item. If I break this, I don't get a torch back. I get a torch lever. But if I put it down, the only way that you can tell that it's a torch lever is that... Oh no, it changed. No. Oh. Well, every once in a while, this will actually just change and say torch, which is great. I love that. Because it makes it, like, with Wayla, it's actually really hard to, like, hide things. Okay, so we have 2,250 buckets of stuff. the trick here, or the thing that I always screw up on, is the fact that I always end up clicking it once by accident, without the obsidian in it, and then it starts to fill it up, and it's just like, oh, come on. But you only need 50 millibuckets or Minecraft buckets or whatever it is, to make this happen. So this is the cheapest way to get end stone. And as soon as I've got this done, oh no, see, just like that. And there goes some of it. In fact, a lot of it. I don't know why I spazzed out and broke some of it. That was a big waste. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go grab a hopper and put my obsidian in the hopper, so it's kind of hard to screw this part up. But when yeah, that's fine. I'll take this one. Just borrow this for now. I'll leave that there. I don't know. That might drive some people crazy. I hate watching people... silly homeostasis tube. I hate watching people drop items on the ground when I watch people play. And not go get them. Mostly because I just remember I ran a server on the Technic pack for Tekkit. When Tekkit was a bit more popular. Not that it's not popular now, but it's definitely not as big as it was. And I remember the server almost breaking because I had set up one of those really cheaty, like, infinite diamond generators, infinite EMC generators from Equivalent Exchange using blaze, and you'd macerate the blaze rod down into the blaze powder, and you'd get using I don't remember if it was a recipe or if it was just an Equivalent Exchange EMC value, but you could change 2 blaze powder into an obsidian rod, and you got 5 powder from it in a macerator, so you had infinite EMC, and I would just generate diamonds. I remember doing that, but not really knowing how to set it up properly, and so I leaked a whole bunch of items on the ground, and I came back like the next day or whatever. I think it was after class the following day, so it had been almost a good 24 hours. And there were so many items you couldn't move when you got on the server. Like, there's just thousands of items. And you just couldn't. It was horrible. So I'm always wary of dropping stuff, but I'm starting to get used to the fact that that's not as big as a deal as it used to be. Mostly because I know how to set things up so that doesn't happen very often, so the odd item doesn't bother me. And, well, sorry, that's only a small part of it. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We're in the middle of I would say a very large thunderstorm here, but I look outside my window and it's sunny and bright, but the wind is blowing and the thunder's rolling, and it's just, I love me a thunderstorm. Anyways, I'm sure you guys are bored of watching this, so I'll bring you guys back. There we go. Our Ender farm has been turned, our Ender Lily farm will now produce much, much better. And eventually I will automate that. Okay, and we got some endstone left over. Let's see if there's room anywhere that I can just ditch a bunch of this stuff, because I don't need it right now. I kind of forgot I had this chest behind me of like dirt and stuff, so I'll probably put that in there. Alright, let's just do this for now. And okay. So now it's time to get into applied energistics, and I realized, at least I'm pretty sure it's kind of starting to blur together a little bit, that in the Karma Pack playthrough that I'm doing, I didn't show a whole lot of the initial setup. And so I might cut in and out here for a second, just as I get some materials together to make a few things. But if I do, I'll make sure to bring you guys back for the actual crafting of the items. But first, let's check on the quarry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. What is the use of this? I can make an amethyst pick, which is actually really good. Amethyst armor, which is also very good. I'm wondering if it'd be better than this stuff. I'm sure it would be, actually. Oh my word. Okay, so this is why the quarry has to stop every once in a while. Because my big concern is that it's going to get down to somewhere a bit more deep, and I'm going to lose something really important that I've forgotten to deal with. Oh, no, want that. Oh, goodness gracious. So this is what I've been doing. I've just been unloading these manually, moving them about. I do realize I don't have any lead, so I think what I'm gonna do is take the lead and put it here and lock that in place. And then is there any other ore? I don't think I have a filter left on the trash can. Shoot. I don't think I'll be getting much sand, so honestly at this point I can take out sand and say instead ignore cinnabar and instead of salt seems to have slowed down, ignore tungsten. And then I will put it back together and see what happens with it. But I'm going to empty this out. Well, guys, I realize that it is actually very close to the end of the episode, so I'm just crafting up a few extra windmills, because I can't actually do any processing. Like, I can't, at this point with my power as it stands, I cannot process and run AE at the same time, probably, because even just using both machines to be processing is a little taxing on my system, and I do have an overall power loss. So I just made a couple more windmills to throw up here. Which I will do just like this, and hopefully that will help some. Still getting a crazy weird rendering bug, but what are you going to do? And I hope that I'll have to do the math eventually to see how much power is actually being transferred down there. And if it's all getting through with this advanced cable or not. Well, either way, I think it's time for me to charge my atomic disassembler and call this an end to episode 8. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Leave your like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff that other people ask for if you want to, or if you're willing to. Until next time, guys, I have been Towsty, even in the Infinity Labs, watching InfiniSauce, and I just hope you hang your lab coats back up on the way out. And I'll catch you guys next time. Deuces!